Hi, welcome back to Storehouses of Heaven with me, Mary Cremo. Thank you for joining us, joining me with this Bible study. I do apologize. I am an amateur. I don't know much about any of all this, and I'm learning as I go. So I appreciate your patience with me. And yeah, I'm really trying hard. And I know I'm making mistakes, but I appreciate your patience. We're going to start in Genesis 1 verses 11 through 13. And if we have time, we'll continue on. And God said, "Let the earth spout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and the fruit trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed and kind on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kind, and trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the third day. This is incredible. Just in the last verse, we see the land coming up out of the ocean, sopping wet, soaked to the core. And all of a sudden, the ground is lush and thriving, and there are fruits, and there are flowers. It's becoming this great, incredible, beautiful place to live. He's now having all the fresh waters running through each area, and we have the salty waters, the seas and the oceans, all on the outside. There's none of it in this incredible, lush, green paradise. And when you think about it, so you have apples. You got an apple tree having all sorts of variety already formed in its DNA. And every apple is going to be able to bring forth every kind of its kind. So you have an apple. But in these apples, you have the ability to have the honey crisps and the honeydews, not the honeydews, those are melons, but the honey crisps and the Granny Smiths. You've got the sweeter ones, you've got the tart ones, you have just this incredible eclectic variety. You have the honeydews, you have different kinds of melons, you have different kinds of things for animals to eat, things for people to eat. He has all of a sudden, just in one day, created everything for us to eat and be vegetarian or vegan, whichever they were at the time. I'm not entirely sure, but I assume it was vegan actually. God doesn't specify, but he doesn't specify a lot of things. He lets you infer and fill in some of the blanks, but also at the same time, he doesn't bog us down with the picky-unish details that are not necessary for us understanding that God created this. He made all of this incredible stuff. He tells you this huge thing condensed into tiny little verses and tiny little words. And that's a lot to unpack and to look at and be like, woo, that was a lot. So next we're doing Genesis 1, 14 through 19. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years, until let them be the lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, the sun, and the lesser light to govern the night, the moon. He also made the stars. So he made all these other galaxies far away and all of these stars, these other suns in our own galaxy. It's just vastness that is just unspeakable. He made them. And now we have the sun and the moon with their gravity causing the waves, the tides in our world, and giving us the gravitational pull and giving us a healthy balance, as well as the lights that we need for the night and for the day, and also for the seasons, and also to know that we can have the star that comes upon the earth when Jesus was born. We had that vibrant light that just lights up the sky, and by a miracle stays for about 2 years and just hangs over where Jesus was staying, which physically is impossible. But God, in his supernatural ability to help people know and see and do, he did that. I don't know how he did it, but I would love for him to show one day how he did that. That is really cool. Okay. So he made the stars and he set them in the vault of the sky to give light to the earth and to govern the day and the night and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day. We're almost done with creation. It just, so much happens in such a short time. And these lights that are in the heavens, the sun, the moon. The moon is really what causes primarily our tides. It helps us to, it helps with the give and pull and give life. In a way, you can think of it as the heartbeat of our earth, because it gives that throbbing that our oceans need to have the oxygen move back and forth. It gives those tides all that extra life, because stagnant water dies. It causes, once an area has a river or stream that's flowing and beautiful, and then it gets dammed up and it becomes a stagnant pool, and then everything starts to die in it, and the fish die and the animals die and the frogs die. So God gave us the moon and the sun, because the sun also has tides that help us to do that give and take, that throbbing, that pulsating tide that goes through every ocean and every body of water in our world. And he gives us life, and he gives us light too. That light from the sun is perfect. If we were just a degree tilted more this way on our axis of the earth, or just a little more this way, or if the sun was just a little bit further away or just a little bit too close, we'd either freeze or fry. And if the moon was any closer, the tides would be too strong. If it was a little further away, the tides would not be strong enough. It's down to the perfect, precise things. And I know people are trying to block out the sun. They're trying to be God, and they're not God. And so they're going to mess it up, because God doesn't mess things up, but people sure do. So yeah, that's a whole nother, but not wise. God gave us the sun to give us the life that our plants need to survive. Photosynthesis is vitally important. We as humans need the sunshine. We need it to be healthy and to be happy, because if you are deprived of sun for too long, you get kind of moody, you get depressed, you get sad, you can get even suicidal. The sun and its light and the darkness, they keep our bodies in a healthy rhythm and balance. I believe some people call it circadian rhythms, where you're up with the sun and you're down at night. You go to bed, the sun wakes you up, and the night helps you go to sleep. These are incredible. These are God created. This is science that God made to help us be healthy. And he created the night animals to be healthy, to help keep our world in balance. He made everything so perfect. And it's just really amazing to see. Like, I've got my kitty cat here at my feet. He definitely wants to be a part of the Bible study. And he loves to run around at night. He loves to sleep during the day. That's how God created cats. He created us, though, to be adaptable, primarily to do during the day. But he's also made us capable of doing at night, and actually thriving and being healthy enough. Some people, it really does mess with you. but he has you as a night watchman, praying for those in need, praying for the protection of a city, or those of you who are military, protecting your city, protecting your country, protecting the world, even some of you. God enabled us to be adaptive so that we have that. That is not evolution. That is God's incredible, awesome hand on our lives, making us able to ebb and flow and to change. And yes, we have the optimum, perfect health, but we also have places where we're like, I'm going to be a little less healthy, but this is what I need to do for now. Just like a parent with a newborn baby. You're not going to get sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you're going to go crazy. Babies, that's what happens. Parents go a little bit crazy when they got their new babies. I know. We've done that twice. It's a mess. But as they get older, you get a little saner because you get a little more sleep. Now, sometimes you don't get sleep until all of them are a little grown up, but that's fine. It's just a phase, and you enjoy those babies when they're young. Have those babies, kiss those babies, love on those babies, and train them to love Jesus. That is the most important thing. My grandma used to ask me, why would we want to have babies in this day and age, this dark and crazy world? And why not? I mean, for one, God told us to go forth and multiply. So if we don't, we are disobeying God. But also, who else is going to teach people? Who else is going to raise children up to be healthy and godly and righteous, if not God's people? Why should we let Satan have the win? We are ordered to fight till the end, to run the race and run it well, and to be able to stand in front of God, and so that he can say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Is that going to be you one day? I hope so. I pray I will be as well. Because it is possible to get right up to the finish line and just be like, no, I'm not going to cross it. I'm not going to do right. I'm just going to veer off onto the sinful way and just sow my wild oats at the very end of my life. It is possible to not finish right, to not finish well, to just say, you know what, I'm tired, and I'm tired of running this race every day. I'm just going to give up. God doesn't want you to give up. Hang in there no matter how hard it gets. And trust me, I've had it hard. I've had it really hard. Hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to share some of that with you. But I'm trying to keep my videos short. I may lengthen them to about 15 minutes. I'm trying to slowly, gradually get to 15 minutes. But hopefully it won't go too long. I'm trying to have, I think 15 minutes is, as I'm going through here, 15 minutes might be a really good, healthy time to be somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. And I appreciate your patience with me as I'm trying to figure all this out. And it is a very big challenge for me because I'm learning everything. I thought I'd keep it within 5 minutes, but clearly that has not happened. And because I thought, people have short attention spans, but at the same time, it's hard to get a really good quality richness, especially in Genesis, where there's so much to it. And some of these scriptures, I'm just going to sit and camp out and talk about for multiple of the segments. So I'm trying to release videos on Mondays and Thursdays. I don't know how that's going to go. Hopefully I'll be able to. Definitely this week was a lot of chaos. And so I am releasing this late. I'm going to try to do them at 7:30. Let's see, what is it? Central time. So that it will be 8:30 Eastern time. And at the earliest, it'll be like 5:30. So, but this way, hopefully people can listen to it as they go to work or do whatever. Hopefully it won't be too rough. So that's about all that I have for today. I hope that you are seeking God with all your heart, and if not, that hopefully this helps you to start at least being interested in him and delving into the amazingness that is our awesome creator God. And in the meantime, be blessed.